Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of RLCraft with your host, me, Wintertooth100, aka Owlbear, because that's what I look like. And in today's episode, guys, we are going to be focusing on a lot of crafting and XP acquisition, because I want to get my levels up really high. I want to cap out some skills. We just want to do a bunch of really fun things, enchanting, and all that requires levels. So today we're going to be working on hopefully a sort of XP farm in RLCraft. It's gonna be good. Last episode we were working on this castle, and there's some interior bits there, but you guys would have seen that, and if you haven't, you should go back to the last episode and check it out. Some really fun building stuff in there. We also worked on this down here with our dragon's cave. We happened to get our dragon forge set up. It is technically functioning. We're just waiting on our dragon to grow up a little bit, and we will be naming this dragon in this episode. The last episode, for me as of this moment, releases in 30 minutes, so it actually hasn't gone live as per the start of this episode, so I haven't seen too many of your guys' fantastic name suggestions, so we will be naming the dragon at the end of this episode. Cross your fingers we get some good names, but I want to get to crafting right away, and there's a lot of little things that I want to work on, and one of the things that comes to mind is this nifty little thing, and I'm gonna mess this up. I always mess up the order in which these things go. Yes, that's incorrect. We have to swap these around. I always do that. I don't know why I can never get those straight, but we want this Disintegration Tablet, and this Disintegration Tablet can essentially take baubles like these things, all of these guys in fact, and it can, well, not all of them technically, and it can turn them into the spectral silt, and we need 7 spectral silt because we want to craft ourselves this necklace, the Wrath Pendant. It gives us a static +2 to our damage, but also plus damage and plus armor after we deal critical hits, and that'll be really cool because when you combine that with that's it. So you push L. It's not in the level thing. You click on combat, and this first one, random crits. We're going to start leveling this up because hopefully XP farm means we can start leveling these up. But plus 5% chance per level, randomly double damage output for direct attacks. I believe this stacks with that. And even if it doesn't, a normal crit is jump and attack. Jump and attack. So we can get really cool buffs just by doing more damage. So we do more damage, which gives us buffs to do more damage. So I'm very excited about that. Additionally though, I don't know if I have any spare baubles, but you can, from the crafting recipes it says you can. Yeah, you can turn blocks of emerald or blocks of diamond into spectral silt. And since we're not using blocks of emerald for anything at the moment, this feels like a pretty decent use for it. And then we wrap this around here, string up top, and silver in the middle. That'll give us this guy, and then any of the normal Minecraft skulls, and there we go, Wrath Pendant, beautiful. And then we can equip that. I believe that goes on the necklace slot, which of course we aren't really doing for anything, just increase attack speed, which is fine, that's fine. This has some serious debuffs on it though. Look at that, quality clunky. There is something else I want to craft, and it's called Reforged thing. Yeah, this guy right here, right? Reforging Station, I believe it is, not the there's 2 of them. Okay, we might end up crafting both because I'm not sure which is which. I think it's this one. So I'm gonna grab this guy and we're gonna reforge this real quick. And of course by reforge I mean reforge the necklace. So we got the Reforging Station, and I'm gonna put it upstairs because I've been kind of putting like all my work stuff up here, and we'll go over this in a little bit. I believe I can put it here, no problem. Yeah, look how cool that is. And then I don't know what material it's going to take, but I'm gonna guess silver. But effectively we can put this guy in here. We could put the corresponding item with it, and I'll test them out and figure out which one it is. And then we can reforge this thing, and we can change it from clunky to legendary to normal to heavy to whatever. And so I'm going to re-roll this, and we'll probably end up re-rolling a lot of stuff. Alright, so apparently this thing is picky, and not all of my baubles get transformed. Just a couple of them. Fortunately, a pair of them was the hasty sunglasses, which was the only spare I had, so we can only reroll this thing once, because this specifically wants the spectral silt. But now it's athletic. Now we get +5 speed and plus 0.5 jump height. See, that's what I'm talking about. We can reforge the quality of it. So we could actually keep re-rolling that and get a legendary, which is ideally what we would end up wanting to do. But that's it's not technically possible right now because I don't have all the other stuff. The other thing I want to make is the dragon's eye, and we could totally make this right now. The glowing ingot is honestly the hardest part, but we have the materials for it right now. So we grab this, fill it in, boom, and there's 2 more somewhere. I lost them. There they are. I put them in this chest down here where I'm putting away all the other stuff for enchanting purposes. Now we need diamond swords. We also need this guy, so we're going to need a 4th glowing ingot. Okay. Alright, now we can craft the ring of enchanted eyes. And we need 3 more diamond swords, so let me craft those real quick. Well, that was easy enough. Had exactly the right amount of singleton diamonds floating around. Still got some blocks, so there's still plenty. And then we should be able to click on this guy, and now we have the dragon's eye, and ooh, brisk, +1 to speed. Good, I got something positive instead of something negative, and I believe that's going to replace my glasses. Now we will lose the ability to not be blinded, but we do gain fire resistance, and this thing, I have to reconfigure the configurations real quick. Let me, then we'll show it off. Okay, I think I figured it out. It's pretty simple. If we do the / button, you'll see we have night vision. Top left-hand corner, we can toggle night vision on and off. You can see the room getting brighter, dimmer. So we can actually toggle that off. It doesn't cost anything to have. And the other thing is pushing P, for me anyway, 1 more coal for my treasures. I need more coal. I'm sorry, it's an I, not a 1. It looks like a 1. Or you can toggle it to iron, or gold, or lapis, or redstone, or diamonds, or emeralds, or nether, the quartz, or just random treasure, or you can turn it off. This essentially, let's turn it on to treasure, because I think that might be the best. This essentially makes it so, there you go. You see the particles through the walls? Did you see that? There they go. It's like a beacon effect. It's like an X-ray. It's like we can cheat almost. And you know, say we're running through here, and you know we're coming through this building. Oh, right there. Oh, what was that? Did you hold on? Wait a second. There's treasure down there. Oh, so I know I'm close to treasure. You know what this is gonna be good for? We can use this potentially to find Dragon's Lair. They have treasure chests in them, and if we can see through the ground, if this thing beacons like that, if we're close enough to one. Did my dragon just grow up? That was a very loud roar. I don't like the sounds of that. Is there a dragon around here? Well, I haven't heard the dragon since I turned it off, and it's been a little while as I've been collecting material for these next 2 things I want to craft up. I want to get the Polarized Stone, which of course is the glowing ingots, and we've seen how to make those. Lots of iron, so this one's pretty iron intensive, but this guy essentially makes it so you can toggle it on and off, and it will basically, you become a magnet, and anything that's on the ground will get sucked towards you, including XP, which is why this is so important, because in our XP farm, we're going to be wanting to suck the XP towards us. The next thing is we're going to convert this hasty potion ring that we already have, which means it's probably going to lose the hasty +3 speed, which is fine. Then we're going to turn to a potion ring of resistance. Now, with this guy, he doesn't appear to have gotten any tags on him, so that's, you know, that's one thing. But this guy, we could put it on, and that should, yes, gives us infinite resistance, level 1. So, there we go, that's pretty nice. I think this just needs to be in our hands. I'm going to have to figure out the configuration for it, but I wonder if it's just the same. No, that's still night vision. And no, and that's looking for stuff. Okay, I'm going to have to play with the configuration on it and figured this one out. That's hilarious. So if you right click with it, you can turn it on and off. And if you shift right click with it, it'll toggle the repel. Now, the repel doesn't seem to be working, but if you just toggle the normal way without shift, I'm going to try to throw the blaze powder. Watch what happens. 8 turns into 8, turns into 8, turns into 8, turns into... I can't throw things away from me when this thing is turned on. So I can throw them out just fine. Turn this on and boom! Everything's back in my inventory. That is super cool. And again, we want this for the ability to grab XP out of the XP farm. Speaking of which, I think it's time we get to work on that. But first, I need to kill a few monsters and get a few more slime balls, because it's going to require some slime balls to finish it. Before we go look for those slime balls, however, I did say I'd give a quick rundown of what this room is. And basically I have these 3 chests which are dividing our monster drops, these Lycanite monster drops, between their level types. So you can see it'll say slot type pommel, first text of blue, slot type pommel, and it says level 1 out of 3. This first chest is just meant for first level monster stuff. The second chest is for second level, and the third chest is for third level. These guys are all used in conjunction with the equipment forge. And if we go into here, the equipment forge, master equipment forge, requires you to have building level 18. So you're going to want to get your building up to level 18 to build the best stuff. And it's made from a diamond block and a greater equipment forge, which is made from a block of iron, and a lesser equipment forge, which is made from a crafting table and a wooden axe. So this thing's actually pretty simple to create. You just need to make sure you're level 18 building before you can use it. Now when you open it up, you're going to see something like this. This blue thing's the only thing you can put an item in at the moment. Technically you can put an item here, but we'll get to that. And it's looking for a base slot item. So you see here, again, first text of blue, slot type base. Only items that are slot type base can be put into that blue slot, and they must be placed in before anything else. Of course, I'm going with the spectral tendril because it's the only base item I apparently have. And you'll see that unlocked this purple slot. If we go all the way to near the bottom where it says summon spectre, right above it there's an add slot head. So this is the head slot. Back here is a pommel slot, and if this thing could add a pommel slot, this would have lit up as well. But now that this is in here, we can effectively put the next piece on, and it has to be a head. And so I didn't have any heads, so I had to craft up an iron axe head, and it added the 2 slots there. So it's add slot axe and add slot axe. There's 2 of them. I did have other heads, but I specifically wanted an axe. So if I put that in there, you'll see the 2 axe head bits light up. And the reason I wanted that is because pickaxe falls under the axe class type. When you see the first line there, slot type axe, and at the bottom it says harvest pickaxe, shaped block, range 6 by 12 by 12. And that is why I wanted to build this. So if we put this guy in there, I think technically that's all you need, but I think it looks cooler when you have 2 of them. And then you can pull this guy out. And the reason why I said you can technically put things in here is you can take a full item and put it in here, and you can recraft it. You don't have to leave these as is. You can actually recraft these, which I think is super cool. But we put this in my hand. You can't see it in this vision, but if you hit F5, oh boy, look at that thing. It's like some kind of great warhammer. But let's take this pickaxe out real quick. So we come down in here. And I've tested this a little bit because, like I said, you can see you can unforge it. But we're going to turn on our night vision just in case. This thing, the reason why this is so good, the reason why I'm so excited about this is that it clears such huge sections. You'll notice it's dropping cobblestone, not rocks. It drops andesite instead of rocks of andesite. And it doesn't get the ores. So you can pretty much safely harvest out areas and do mass clearing, get an insane amount of materials, and something you may not be paying attention to, look at it on the hotbar. I'll be zoomed in right now. This thing does not have durability. It cannot break. This thing can go forever. It is absolutely fantastic, and we will be using it a lot, like an absolute butt ton. And it doesn't mean that you don't need pickaxes. We obviously still need pickaxes. Like if we want to silk touch something and keep a specific ore, like maybe we want this ore, or maybe we want to run fortune on something and get a bunch of materials out of it, you still want a good pickaxe or two. But I mean, if you're just doing mass clearing, or you just need a bunch of materials, oh yeah, this is a beast of a tool. And there is a better one that clears out a lot more, but I haven't been able to get the parts for it. So if we ever get the parts for it, oh boy, there will be an upgrade to this, and I'm super excited about it. And we've wasted so much time going over all the crafting stuff and this cool pickaxe. That there's not a ton of time left, so let's go get those slime balls and let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so I'm just in the middle of trying to, get slime balls for the next clip, and I wasn't intending on doing anything here, but I think I've just found, for the first time ever, a fairy village. I'm not actually far away. Just over these trees is the first village that you can see the floating island that we have yet to visit. This is, oh yeah, look, little houses. We found a fairy village. I don't know what the significance of this is, or if there's anything really worth getting from here, but look at those. I hope they're friendly. Look at that, little pixies. Fairies, pixies, look at their cute little homes. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I normally would skip to like whatever the next thing would be, but hello. It just said hello to me. How could I not share this? This is glorious. The water, I don't like the rushing water sounds, but look at that. They're so cute. Hi. Can I right click you? What happens if I right click one of them? Can I upset them? Are they like villagers? Can I trade with you? No, there doesn't appear to be trading or anything with them. I don't know if there's any particular purpose to these, but we found it. I'm gonna mark it on the map, and I'll do some research later, and if there is anything, we'll know where it is and where to come back for it. Okay, well, I'm gonna get back to work, but I could not resist showing you guys a Pixie Village. I've never seen one before. Oh my goodness, those little poopy heads, they're thieves. They're thieves. Look, my weapon and bucket of water are missing. I didn't know that they stole from me. The website says, oh, stop mounting him. Dang it. The website says that they'll steal stuff from you, and they won't harm the player in any way. And to get your stuff back, you have to deal damage to them. You have to attack them. I feel kind of bad for this, but I'm hoping that... I'm hoping that they'll have my weapon. I couldn't resist. It was just sitting right there, right? So, like, will it just be like sitting with them? There's a lot of them though, and they're flying all over the place, and they go into their homes. Oh, that's not cool. Oh, did I just lose my weapon to pixies? Don't hello me. Aha! There's my bucket. I got my bucket back, and it was carrying it. Which one of you little pixies stole my weapon? I need that for killing stuff. Ideally not you, but if you don't return it, I will get it back and I will use it against you. Is this pixie dust? Cool! Getting pixie dust. But I want my weapon. Where's my weapon? You have my weapon? Have you? There's my weapon. Give it back. Alright, we're gonna run away! Run away, don't let him steal my stuff! Don't let him steal my stuff! We can bottle these pixies, and I will. We're definitely coming back with bottles. Ho ho! Okay. It's pretty cool that they steal stuff though. Could you imagine multiplayer? Playing this in multiplayer, catching a bunch of pixies and then setting them loose on your friends so the pixies all steal all their stuff? Oh, that'd be hilarious. So it's been some time, a little over a day, and I wanted to build this XP farm, but we didn't have a good place for it. So you may notice that we went through the ballroom here, and instead of going left into our personal room, we went right, which is currently a shortcut right now. This will be sealed up, and there will be an actual official secret way through the ceiling there. And this leads to a bridge that I built. We've been talking about this bridge for a while now, but I finally got the bridge. You can see down there is the little pathway where the dragon's at. And this thing it goes up through the mountain. You can kind of see the stone bricks through it. And we got some trees growing up there. And it looks nice. But this is a lot of block placement for not being on camera. I recognize that. But we needed a place. And we're running short on the episode. And oh, I've learned that those guys are called Blighteds. And the Blighteds are the ones that, and he's gone. Blighteds are the ones that have been dropping all of the heart things. Oh goodness. I cannot believe we saw a Blighted and totally missed our chance. But, yep, right there you can see the staircase going up to our main castle. You can kind of get a glimpse of the bridge, and it's coming up to this incomplete tower. And based on that, whatever that is, we have a ton of Y space still, so we can have a pretty epic tower going up. And I don't know what it's going to be for, but it'll look cool. Right now, everything just goes down, and we got storage in place. It's kind of weird because you had to go back to trapped chests to put them side by side. It was a very weird change coming from 1.14. But we're going to head right down here. And down here, this is where we're going to be building this XP farm. At least I hope this is going to work. I've noticed that mobs will spawn out of lava and fire. The difference between lava and fire, however, is we can control the fire pretty easily and push these guys, whereas lava, that is not so much the case. The mobs that like to spawn in the lava like to stay in the lava, so they'll be actually quite difficult to wrangle out of here. But I was thinking we'll do something like this, and we'll get some of the stuff, and we're gonna have to put down some temporary blocks. But if we go, it have to be 2 blocks down right here at this height. Where's my pickaxe? If we create a little case right here, and this has fire on top of it, essentially what I believe will happen is the mobs will spawn in the fire, and we'll have a lever. I was thinking about doing some kind of tripwire, but I don't think that'll work very well. So we'll just do a lever, and we'll stand here, and when we see mobs have spawned, we'll flip the lever, and it'll push the pistons, which will push the slime blocks forward, and push the mobs forward off of the fire. And this is important. We'll turn on our magnetization thing, and we will be able to swipe at their feet, killing them. And their drops will not fall in the fire getting destroyed instantly. That is my idea for having the pistons here. So basically, once we've killed them, we got our XP, flip the switch back, retracts the pistons, and we get a few more mobs to spawn. We can flip the switch again. So it's not an AFK-able XP farm, but for a mod pack that's supposed to break XP farms completely, I'd say this is a pretty good compromise. So let me build it in a little bit, because I know we're running a little short on time, but we'll build it in and we'll get a better look at it and discuss it a little bit more in detail. Now, I needed 1 repeater, but pretty much this is just going to come down to how consistently the fire spawns mobs in. So you see we got our netherrack back there. We will be lighting this on fire momentarily. And then you see our strip of stone bricks in the back there. If we flip this switch here, you'll see the stone bricks get pushed forward, which are directly above but not completely on top of the netherrack. So the fire will stay lit, but any mob that's there will get pushed forward. And we will definitely be able to reach any mob that's in here. And ideally, we'd probably want a sword with some kind of sweeping edge for this particular farm versus this iron halberd, which is just kind of attacks 1 mob at a time. That wouldn't be very efficient. But I think we're pretty set, and in theory, if we want to turn the farm off, we just have to keep it in the forward position, because mobs are going to try to spawn where the fire is, and I don't think there's enough valid space for mobs to spawn. But come back here, the line just lights this up and it runs right into a repeater, which in turn just runs straight up into the backs of the pistons. That is it for the redstone. The entire redstone is one lever leading to 2 pistons. That is it. That is all of the redstone for this XP farm. But I'm gonna have to sit here for a little bit. I will test it out and we will find out. I'll hopefully get you guys some better numbers, hopefully a better idea of actually how efficient this is. I'm gonna go at this for, let's say, I'm just gonna use the halberd. We'll say 20 minutes and I have exactly 0 XP. Here we go. Okay, well, it's actually been like 60 seconds and I've already found, I wouldn't say it's a flaw, but it's definitely a major inconvenience, and that is they spawn in. It's a little too tall in there, so I'm gonna put a row of half slabs up there. It was actually getting kind of difficult to reach some of them, and I'm just gonna put some half slabs along the top. And you can see 60 seconds, 5 levels. It was actually pretty good. Like the second I pushed stop recording, like 10 monsters spawned in. It was insane. So let's get those in and we'll start over fresh. I have a XP book here, so we can just put it all away and we can start fresh. It's been another 60 seconds. Blights can spawn in here. I didn't even think about that. We just got 7 heart crystals and 28 levels after about 60 seconds because we had a blighted spawn in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this can... I don't think there's going to be a real way to really gauge this thing, because I'm sure sometimes you're going to have issues where it's like this, where it feels like nothing's spawning and it's taking a while. There they are. Flip the switch. And then I think we're going to have times where it's like you get the blighted, you get lucky, and you got a billion levels all of a sudden. Like either way, this is working pretty fantastically. And you can see what I mean, but I put the slabs up there, but even with the slabs, it still can be a little tough to, get them all. But oh my goodness, I didn't even think about the blighted. This farm's gonna be so good. Okay, so it has officially been 20 minutes, and I'm gonna count these guys. I'm gonna count them, and we have gained a fair chunk of levels. For 20 minutes, for something that is not like built to be super efficient, something that's supposed to be a little more passive to go along with the theme of RLCraft, because the efficient farms are pretty much nerfed, except for an Enderman farm. There is a form of an Enderman farm you can get to work. I'm aware of the Enderman farm. But we have leveled up our attack. It was at level 22, now it's at level 26, which effectively means we had to get to level 23 to get it to level 23. Then we had to get back up to level 24 to get this to level 24. Then again to 25 to get to 25, and then again to 26 to get to 26. And now we need to get to level 28 to level this up again. Why is everything getting all desaturated? Why is everything all black and white? What is this? I'm being hurt by something. Oh, I got insane hunger. Where did that come from? Where did I get insane hunger from? Did anybody see? I totally missed it. I'm gonna have to watch back the footage. Oh, that was so trippy. What happened? What gave me such ridiculous hunger? That's crazy. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look back at the footage. That was pretty crazy. But guys, that is going to have to be it for today's episode. I would stand outside, but it's rather dangerous for me to do so. That's gonna be it for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know we need to name the dragons, so there will be a little tiny clip after I say goodbye. So stay tuned from that. Leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't, share with your friends, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Yes, he's getting very big. And there it is, Natsu, by our very own Flowtron. Thank you for the name suggestion, Flowtron. Natsu, of course, is an anime character from Fairy Tail who uses Dragon Slayer magic. So thematically, it seemed to be on point. Also, additionally, I have a really good friend who goes by the name Natsume. So It's kind of a nice little reminder of just good friends in the world. But now we have Teddy and Natsume.